Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do Zankyou no Terror Episode 3 review. Now, of course, the episode link is going to be not in the box below because I don't have the link because it's not on Crunchyroll. So you guys know the drill. Your favorite search engine and go. So, this week's episode, overall, it's actually a lot simpler than the other two episodes. And it is the same structure when it comes to bomb, plant, police, try and solve the riddle. And then in this time they actually succeed in solving the riddle. Then we get a few bits of Lisa and what's going on with her. We get a few bits of Shibasaki and his character development. And then we get actually a small little bit here of a flashback pertaining to 9 and what happened when he was a child. So that's the episode in a nutshell. That's actually what all it really is. So this episode review should be fairly quick. So you have the animation overall pretty good. As usual, you have the very nice contrast in the environment in the background. You have the fluid motions when it comes to the character movements, and not really any dynamic scenes because of the fact that you had no action really. So overall, it was good, great actually. If you're going to compare it to normal standards, good in and of itself. When it comes to the pacing, it's mainly a lot of focus on Shibasaki and his skills as a detective. Him actually manipulating the one guy who cut the cable that wound up cutting the power to the grid system in that area. Also, him figuring out the riddle that tied into the whole Oedip story of Greek mythology, and how he's pretty much letting his message be known to Sphinx that the shit that they're doing isn't gonna fly. So that was good, and how they had like a response video to their video, so that was pretty cool too. Then you have the overall character development, where it mainly goes for Shibasaki, Lisa, and 9. Mainly Shibasaki, because we find out what his childhood was like. Well, 9 too, but 9 in this sense, he doesn't hold that much weight in the episode as Shibasaki. Where Shibasaki, we find out that as a child, he lived in Hiroshima, and a lot of old people lived in that city. And basically, it's when I would go outside in the summer, it would be eerily quiet because all the old folk, apparently the summer was bad for their skin or their health, whatever. I don't know. But is that true or not? I have no idea. But thing here, because I figured it'd be better. Well, whatever, moving on. The point here is that he hated it during the summer when he was a kid at his old home. And ever since then, he's had this detest for the summertime. And when it came to his fall as a detective, because he was very successful, but wind up failing because he went too far deep into an issue that was political. And the person that he was investigating, who he believed was the cause of another politician's suicide, that person was like the former head of like some police bureau or whatever. But basically, because he had these ties to the police department, this politician 15 years ago during the summer brought Shibasaki down a few pegs. But now he's back in action, obviously, to assist his country. Or at least to assist Tokyo. Now, moving on, you have 9. And in this flashback, we get to see something very... I think we see this person in the opening, I'm not too sure. But it looks like a girl with silver hair. And it looks like her, 9 and 12, had an escape plan from this facility together. But like, she couldn't keep up with them. Like, he failed in saving her. And that has traumatized 9 ever since then, apparently. That's the way it seems. Though I'm not too sure if that's a girl or a guy. I'm gonna go with the girl. It looks like a girl. But either way, point here is that 9, we now know that, well, 9 and 12, we see the facility that they were in when they were kids. And it's like your basic anime, white room, guys with white suits and taking notes and no one can leave. and you guys have no names, you're insignificant, that kind of shit, alright? I've seen it before a few times, to say the least. So, alright, moving on. We have Lisa. Lisa finally left home. She finally bailed, because mom was crazy, alright? Not only does the bullying continue, her shoes are in the pool, because these girls are bitches, but then you got mom, Lisa! I'm like, shit, mom, calm down. But you won't calm down. So Lisa says, you know what, I'm bailing. And I was kind of worried at first, because when she opens the door creaks, and mom, she was on that shit. Mom was on, like, she was up the entire night. And mom was on that shit. And she was like, what's that? Lisa! I'm like, oh, and Lisa bailed. She's gone. She's like, fuck that shit. Form. I'm on the track team, motherfucker. So she's gone. And, you know, what she's going to do now, I have no idea. She may try and this, I think it's far-fetched here. Because 12 does say to 9 when they're on the rooftop of this building. He does say that he doesn't want to go too far into this whole Lisa thing. Because if he goes too deep, it will be a lot more painful if something happens to Lisa. And that probably means that Lisa isn't going to stay with them. But I think she may stay with them. So, I don't know. But how that plays out, I'm not too sure. Will Lisa stay with them or not? I doubt it. I highly, highly doubt it. But it is possible. It is. And then the character interaction between Shibasaki, his fellow officers, and one of them being one guy, Young Buck, clearly not a fan of his desk being taken by Shibasaki. But Shibasaki, I forgot what he had, like Razor, he had like some moniker, like Razor something, like a nickname. And it's like, really? So it's like, Young Buck, you don't have a nickname. He does. Step the fuck down. If this dude has a nickname and you don't, step the fuck down. But he was mad. But obviously that got better, I think, because at the beginning he was pissed, he was seething. He was like, why is this old dude taking over my shit? But then later on, when he sees Shibasaki successfully figure out the riddle of Oedipus and then the dragon the dragon ancestor, and how his leg was lame, which meant that it tied into another god of like Taiwanese religion or something like that, like some dude who'd wander around the world, and he wound up having like a stalled foot, like he'd always drag his feet, something like that. So, and what is also very important here is when it came to the riddle of Sphinx, it wasn't just what they were saying. It was the actions that were done in the video as well. Those are also very important. Shibasaki was able to deduce what the actions of Sphinx meant to the overall riddle. The clapping that 12 did in the video, as if he was praying, that was very important. So, again, like, things that normally other detectives would not figure out, he did. Again, his Razor moniker for a reason. He's razor sharp. So, overall, the episode, I think it's a very good episode. I'm going to give a good plus. And I will see you guys later. King of Lightning, rate the video, comment, subscribe. Have a nice day.